Hey guys, this is the Return the Fusa here. Now, I'm going to do another one of those backstory video. Now, for today's backstory video, I'm going to do my backstory on spoof movies on YouTube. Now, just so you know, no, I'm definitely not the first person who does the a backstory on spoof movies on YouTube. I'm definitely not the first person who does that backstory video. No. My best YouTube friend, Jaden Pictures, um, he was definitely the first person who does a backstory on spoof movies on YouTube. He actually did his backstory back in 2022. And in fact, this is definitely his first backstory video he ever made. Now, if you want to see his backstory video on spoof movies on YouTube, like if you want to see his backstory video, I'll put a link to it on a description box below. If you guys want to watch that backstory video. But in this video, you're going to hear my version of a backstory video. Now, you might have heard my backstory before in the comments and stuff like that. But this is like me talking on a video this time of like my backstory on spoof movies on YouTube. Like what was my experience with spoof movies on YouTube? So I thought it would be fun to do. Now, just let you know, before I start my backstory, like what was my experience with spoof movies on YouTube. Now, to those people who are wondering, just in case if some of you people were wondering what is spoof movies on YouTube, well, let me explain what is spoof movies on YouTube. You see, spoof movies on YouTube is basically these types of movie parodies on YouTube where it's based on real movies and people make their versions of the movies. Like, I'll tell you the example. An example I'm going to give is Toy Story. So basically, we all know Toy Story is the real movie. Now, basically, they'll make their version of Toy Story, and people would have the Toy Story characters played by the characters from movies and TV shows and video games and fan-made characters and all that. Like I'll tell you an example. An example is that, let's say you have total drama characters. You would have Duncan as Woody, and you have Olin as Buzz Lightyear. So those are your casting choices for Woody and Buzz. Like, you would have Duncan and Olin, and pretty much since you're making your version of it, and since this is a parody of it, people would have clips or images. I think pretty much they use both. They both use clips and images, and pretty much like like these people would make them into like full movies. A lot of times when they're in full movies, they'll be in parts. Yeah, that's right, that's right. They'll be in parts for the full movie. It's like it's in a full movie, but it's in parts. That's what a lot of people do. And and then people who usually like have a unique ideas to it, they would like have a line replacements, like if they added text, or if the characters actually sang that line from an actual movie or show. You know what I mean? The character is actually saying that line from an actual movie or an actual show from a character, or like pretty much the extra lines actually comes from the text. You know what I mean? Or they do like line replacements, or they added lines to it, and sometimes they'll do a you know, those unique ideas for like nice replacements, like for cool unique ideas. Like that's a nice replacements. Like that is a really unique ideas. And pretty much so pretty much so you're making a parody of it. You're making your version of the movie, but you have the like I said before, you would have the so you're making your version of Toy Story, but you have the Toy Story characters be played by the characters from movies and TV shows and video games. Those types of things on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they've been around for a long time and all that. It's one of those like those things, those types of things on YouTube and all that. So yeah. So yeah, I was trying to explain, just in case if some of you people out there be like, what is spoof movies on YouTube? Like, what is these types of things? So hopefully, I tried my best to explain, like, just in case if some of you don't know. Anyways, so that's my explaining with spoof movies on YouTube. So now here comes my backstory of it now. Like, what is my experience with spoof movies on YouTube? So without further ado, let's get started. Alright. It all started back in 2012. So pretty much, I used to have my my old iPad. Now, just so you know, no, it is not the an Apple. It is actually a different iPad that I used to have. I think I might have had this iPad maybe for Christmas back in, I want to say 2011. Maybe it was 2011. Anyways, so this is like, so pretty much in 2012, when I was when I used to use my old iPad, so pretty much I think I remembered I was in my bedroom. Yeah, I think I was in my bedroom. So pretty much, since I was on my old iPad, I was on YouTube, and I remember, I think I came across to the this spoof movie on YouTube, which was called, I believe it was called Toon Story, Toy Story style films, where it has the first three on there. And this was at the time, there was only three films at the time. So yeah, I remember the Toon Story, Toy Story style films, from the first three from 2012. And pretty much this is the one where it has Top Cat as Woody. It also has Tom from Tom and Jerry. Tom as Buzz Lightyear. Oh man, I had fun memories watching Toon Story, Toy Story style films, the first three, from 2012, with Top Cat as Woody, Tom from Tom and Jerry, Tom as Buzz Lightyear. Oh man, I have like fond memories watching that series. And oh man, I was definitely so young back then. It's not even a joke. I was like so young, and I remember watching the Toon Story, Toy Story style films, the first three, from 2012. I remember watching it on my old iPad in my bedroom. Oh man, that was like fun memories, because I was like so interested in that series, man. And I remember watching it. I remember it used to be there in 2012. Oh man, I really miss this project. Yeah, it's too bad that it used to be there in 2012. But nowadays, it's like, it was deleted. So sorry, guys, you can't actually watch the Toon Story, Toy Story style films, from the first three, from 2012. The one with Top Cat as Woody, and Tom, from Tom and Jerry, Tom as Buzz Lightyear. You can't actually watch the series anymore, because like it used to be there in 2012, but it's like deleted it. Yeah. I really miss this project. I really miss this series. It was like one of my fun memories I have back in like 2012. Oh man. And in fact, these were actually my first spoof movies on YouTube I actually watched. That's right. These were actually my first spoof movies on YouTube I actually watched. Not only that, this was also my first Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube I ever watched. Fun memories back in 2012. And if I'm correctly, I think spoof movies on YouTube came out in 2012. So it might have been 2012. I think that's when spoof movies on YouTube was born. I think spoof movies on YouTube, it might have been born in 2012. But I would like to know the history, like, behind it. Like, I wonder who started doing spoof movies on YouTube in the first place. I know 2012 is like, these spoof movies on YouTube were born. But I don't know who actually started doing spoof movies on YouTube, and for other YouTubers to like join in as well and all that. Like, I don't know who started doing these types of things on YouTube. I don't know who started it in the first place. I don't know. That's like, I like to know for like a history behind. Oh well. But yeah, that's that. And that's that. And I remember in 2013, I watched another Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. It was called Toon Story, Toy Story style films, where basically it has the first two films, but just to let you know, this is the one that has Mushu as Woody. It also has the genie from the Disney animated classic. Just to let you know the genie from the Disney animated classic as Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I remember that project. You know, like from 2013. Oh man, I remember watching that in 2013. I remember watching that project when I was so young. Like, you know, it has the first two films, but just to let you know, no, number two was not complete. That's right. Number two was not complete. Yeah, like for many years, number two was never complete. Anyways, I had like fun memories watching that series. Like beside Mushu as Woody and the genie from the Disney animated classic as Buzz Lightyear. There are some other casting choices I do remember. Like, let me see if I can try to remember. I think I remember it also had Homer as Mr. Potato Head. It also had Marge as Mrs. Potato Head, which does make perfect sense. And I think, I'm trying to remember. I also remember Rapunzel, you know, the one from Tangled. Yeah, that Rapunzel from Tangled as Jessie. And for some reason, Rapunzel, when she was a baby, also from Tangled, when Rapunzel was a baby, was being Molly when she was a baby. I remember that, despite that having the Rapunzel, the grown-up version of her from the rest of the movie of Tangled, be Jessie. Maybe it's not too bad of a continuity error, but still. And I think I also remember this white horse, also from Tangled. Like, I don't remember the white horse's name. You know, that white horse from Tangled, be Bullseye. And I also remember Captain Hook from the Disney animated classic. that Captain Hook as Stinky Pete, the prospector. And I also remember Jafar when he was the genie from the Disney animated classic as the Zurg, in which it does make perfect sense. And I also remember the Joker. This is from the cartoon, the one that I believe he was voiced by Mark Hamill. I think it was the one that he was voiced by Mark Hamill, that cartoon Joker, the one that he was voiced by Mark Hamill, that cartoon Joker was being seared. And I also remember Angelica from the original Rugrats, Angelica as Hannah. And I also remember let's see, I think I also remember it had Tarzan from the Disney animated classic, that Tarzan as the Andy. And I do remember that you got the kid version of Tarzan be the Andy when he was a kid. And I think I remember from according to the trailer of number 3, in which it's only a trailer. I remember the grown-up version of Tarzan be the Andy when he's all grown up. And you know what else I remember? I also remember Megamind as the new version of Buzz Lightyear with the new utility belt. Oh yes, I definitely remember Megamind as the new version of Buzz Lightyear with the new utility belt. Oh man, I know it doesn't make any sense, because wouldn't this be better if you have another genie be the new version of Buzz Lightyear with the new utility belt instead of having a different character? I mean, sure, you want to have a blue character, I get it, but it is kind of funny having Megamind as the new version of Buzz Lightyear, the new utility belt. And I also remember Minions as the aliens. Oh man, I remember that project. I definitely remember that project. Like, I remember the Toon Story, Toy Story style films from the first 2 films, even though number 2 was not complete. Number 2 is not complete. Like, the first movie is complete, but not number 2. Number 2 is not complete, and it was never complete, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, it's a shame. Oh man, I remember that I remember I first watched those movies back in 2013. Those are some good times. Yeah, I do remember Mushu as Woody. And I also remember the genie from the Disney animated classic as Buzz Lightyear. Oh man, those are definitely some of my fun memories watching that. And I think I also remember it might have been, what was it, 2014? It might have been 2014. Was it 2014 or something? It might have been 2014. I remember, I think it was called Mammal Story, Tolstoy style films from the first three. You know, this is the one that has this orange cat. I don't know the orange cat's name. I know he's from Cats Don't Dance. You know, that orange cat from Cats Don't Dance. Be Woody. And of course that white female cat, also from Cats Don't Dance, be Bo Peep. Yeah, I remember watching that project, you know, from the Mammal Story Tolstoy style films, you know, the first three. I do remember watching them back in 2014. And oh man, I remembered I actually liked the series. I'm sure I still like the series to this day. Yeah, like it's a pretty fun project. And here's a fun fact, actually. Here's a fun fact. The Mammal Story Toy Story style films from the first three, this was actually Rabbit Lover's, his favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. That's right. It's actually at his number one, his favorite Toy Story spoof movie on YouTube. It's actually on his number one spot. So that means that's actually his favorite, by the way. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I actually like this project too. I think it's a very good project. Oh man, I haven't seen a project in ages. Like, I'm sure there's some uploads there, but I think there's some like recorded re-uploads and all that. But yeah, I have like fun memories. Like I do remember one of the things I remember is that I remember I think Shadow Man and I don't remember the other guy's name from The Princess and the Frog. It's the guy where he's like an old guy where he's the one that he keeps on transforming into the prince. Like he's like a big guy, like a fat old guy, whatever. Like he keeps on like, if you remember in Prince and the Frog, he keeps transforming to that prince. He keeps transforming to that prince. I don't remember the old guy's name, like a secondary villain. That old guy, I don't remember his name. He's secondary villain from The Princess and the Frog. And I remember Shadow Man. So you have these two be ow. Yeah, I know that's a thing in common with Toy Story 2 spoof movies on YouTube, is that having two characters, or basically two villains, be ow. And what I also noticed, something that I have in common with Toy Story 2 spoof movies on YouTube, is that for some reason in so many Toy Story 2 spoof movies on YouTube, is that, so this was like right after Buzz and the gang were driving the Pizza Planet truck. And when they arrived to the airport, they actually already met Woody at the airport, where Woody escapes from the suitcase, and he meets Buzz and the gang, And pretty much they'll do a battle with Al. That's right. You know, Woody, Buzz, and the gang. They'll do a battle, like a final battle with Al. And pretty much they'll have a final battle from like whatever movie or show, or mostly a movie, like based on the movie, doing a final battle with the villain of Al. They'll do a final battle with Al. And pretty much right after they defeated Al, or pretty much kill off Al for the final battle, after the final battle with Al, Woody and Buzz and the gang, they actually go back inside the airport and continue their mission. Yeah, I just always noticed that it's like this thing that they have in common in Toy Story 2 spoofers on YouTube, that they have like a final battle with Al, you know, during the airport. Like, I just noticed that. Like, I definitely remember, you know, this orange cat, I don't remember his name, from Cats Don't Dance, you know, is having a battle with Shadow Man. And they're doing, and this is like basically the final battle, based on the final battle from the Princess and the Frog. But instead of I think her name's Tiana. I think that's her name. I think her name's Tiana when she was a frog. Instead of her, it's actually the this orange cat from Cats Don't Dance. Be her, you know, doing you know, doing a battle with Shadow Man. And that is definitely like an awesome battle scene. Like, that is definitely an awesome Al battle scene, like during the airport. Like isn't that like I really like that is like a cool idea for a final battle, you know? And right after the final battle, they go back inside the airport to continue the mission. I know that's a thing that's a lot in common with a lot of Toy Story 2 spoof movies on YouTube. Yeah, like I had like fun memories watching that series actually. You can probably still find this series. Like, there's some maybe some of them are still there of uploads. But I think most of the re-uploads are like been recorded or something. So yeah, I had like fun memories watching the Mammal Story Toy Story style films, you know, from the first three, from you know, back in 2014. I do remember that for sure. I do remember that. Yeah, like over the years, I've been watching spoof movies on YouTube, like throughout the 2010s, ever since 2012. These are like fun memories. Oh yeah, also one of my fun memories, like back in like I believe 2014, is that I used to like want to make my own Toy Story characters of a casting choice. Like, you know, I did not have my YouTube channel yet. No, I did not have my YouTube channel yet. So I used to be like making, like, I don't know if I was on, I might have been on PowerPoints. Like, I wanted to like make my own Toy Story characters casting choices. Like, I remember, I think I remembered correctly, I casted I think I casted I think I casted um I think I casted King Julian as Woody. And I also casted Oscar as Buzz Lightyear. And I think I also remembered I casted Celia as Jessie or something like that. I think I remembered I wanted to do my own Toy Story casting choices. I wanted to do my own. I might have remembered doing it on PowerPoint or something. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. Or something like that. Oh yeah, and so pretty much, I bet if you're all curious about Shrek spoof movies on YouTube, I'll talk about that next. So you're probably wondering, what was my first Shrek spoof movies on YouTube I ever watched? Well, the first Shrek spoof movies on YouTube I ever watched was this was back in 2015 when I saw Simba Shrek style film where it had Simba from the Disney animated classic as Shrek when he was an ogre. And I also remember Iron Man from the MCU as Shrek as the knight. And I think I also remember Stitch as Gingy. And I also remember Gantu as Felonious. And I also remember Judge Frodo as Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I remember Simba Shrek style film. This was actually the first Shrek spoof movie on YouTube I ever watched back in 2015. And oh man, I definitely remember watching on the TV on PlayStation 3 when I was on YouTube. I remember I was watching TV in the kitchen back when we used to have a TV in the kitchen. I remember it was like a very old TV, like a small square TV. Oh man, I definitely remember watching that for sure. And I think I remembered one time when I was watching it. I remembered my dad was like, when he's looking at it and he noticed that I'm watching Shrek or something like that, and he was like, "That's not Shrek. That's not Lord Farquaad." That was like a long time ago, man. When he's like calling me out or something, like he was like, "That's not Shrek. That's not Lord Farquaad," or something like that. Oh man, I definitely remember watching that for sure. I'm not really a fan of this series, to be honest, because my main problem is Discord as Donkey when he was a donkey, and also Fluttershy as the dragon. Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this about this. overrated, overused My Little Pony. I'm gonna rant on this real quickly. Why do these people suck off My Little Pony? That I don't get it. I don't get it. Why there's so many people out there sucking off My Little Pony? Like, come on. Why do people use My Little Pony? I don't get it. Like, come on. There's like plenty of like way better series out there. Like total drama. In fact, I have seen a lot of total drama in spoof movies on YouTube, mostly from Unanimated 18 and all that. So yes, I have seen a lot of total drama in spoof movies on YouTube. But yeah, total drama is one of the examples of like a much better series than My Little Piece of Shit. My God. I would never, ever use My Little Pony in my spoof movies on YouTube, ever. God. Yeah, like, God. I fucking hate Discord as Donkey when he was a donkey. And I also fucking hate Fluttershy as the dragon. I hate both casting choices. And just so you know, any of the Shrek characters played by My Little Pony characters, they all sucks, they're all terrible, and I hate all of them. Same thing for the Toy Story characters played by My Little Pony characters. All sucks, all terrible, and I hate all of them. So yeah. God, I really can't stand My Little Pony. Like, My Little Pony is like my main problem I have with spoof movies on YouTube is that, like, why people use My Little Pony way too much. Whatever. People can do what they want in their spoof movies on YouTube. I'm not stopping these people. They can use My Little Pony all they want. I get it. I get it if people love My Little Pony. And I know people can use My Little Pony all they want. But it doesn't change my fact that I get so angry. I get really pissed off when people use a piece of crap 4-year-old girl show that is a piece of shit. My Little Pony. But yeah, let me just move on. But yeah. Fucking My Little Pony. And just so you know, one more thing before I stop my rant. I would never, ever watch Discord Shrek style films. No. I would never watch Discord Shrek-style films because Shrek, when he was an ogre, is played by Discord from that fucking My Little Pony. And oh my God. And pretty much, I can't stand it. I'll never watch Discord Shrek style films ever. And I already know it's a piece of shit. So thank God I don't use My Little Pony in my spoof movies on YouTube. Thank God I don't use it. But yeah, let's just move on. So yeah, like, so pretty much, throughout the years, I've been watching a lot of Toy Story and Shrek spoof movies on YouTube. Like, I remember watching Alex, Shrek style film. And I think I also remember what else do I remember watching? I think the day that I saw Alex Shrek style film, maybe it's between like I want to say like maybe was it did I saw it back in 2015? I don't remember if I saw it back in 2015. I might have saw it back in 2015 or something. All right. Let's see. I also seen some of cartoon story Toy Story style films from like the first three. It's also from JB Eagle. Yeah, it's also from JB Eagle. The same YouTuber who did Alex Shrek style film. The same YouTuber. The same YouTuber. JB Eagle. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah, there's been like throughout the years that I seen I seen a lot of Toy Story and Shrek spoof movies on YouTube. Seen a lot of them. Like I did experience of some other spoof movies on YouTube before. Like all right, here are a couple of examples. Examples I want to give is let's see. Home Alone. I think the first Home Alone spoof movie on YouTube I ever watched was back in, I want to say 2016 when I saw this Home Alone project. I'll try my best to describe it. It had I think his name was Hero from Big Hero 6. The hero as Kevin. It also had Mulan and Shane from the Disney anime classic Mulan Shane as Kevin's parents. And I think I also remember this fat guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. This fat guy as Harry. And I also remember this cartoon character. I don't remember his name, but I know he's like an older bully from Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. He's like an older, like an adult older, or he's like an older bully. He's like an older bully from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That bully be Marv. Yeah, I do remember watching that project. Actually, I do remember watching that project. Like it was like a very old project. I do remember watching that. Like I first saw it back in like I believe it was 2016. I believe that was my first Home Alone spoof movies on YouTube I ever watched. Like I did watch some Home Alone spoofies on YouTube, including from Send Me the Hedgehog, where it has Kyle as Kevin. And they have a pretty good South Park characters being the Home Alone characters, like Eric Cartman as Buzz. I have seen some of that movie before, and yeah, it is a pretty good project from it's a pretty good Home Alone project from Send Me the Hedgehog. What else is there? Um. Oh yeah, I think the first Finding Nemo spoof movie on YouTube I ever watched was Finding Alvin, Finding Nemo style. I think this was back in 2015, I believe. It might have been 2015 or something. It might have been 2015 when it came out. I think this was it might have been 2015. I think that's I first saw it. I think this was like at the time Inside Out came out. So that explains like Joy as Dory. I think this was like at the time Inside Out came out or something like that. But yeah, I do remember I think I might remember watching it back in like 2015 or something like that. I think it might have been my first Finding Nemo spoof movie on YouTube I ever watched. But yeah, throughout the years of 2010s, I've been watching like, you know, watching from trailers and stuff. Like there's some fun memories I remember watching trailers of. Also like back in like 2012 or was it 2013? It might have been 2012 or something. Like I remembered watching it's basically Spider-Man 3 trailer but with Lilo and Stitch. So it's basically Spider-Man 3 trailer but with Lilo and Stitch. Like having Stitch as Spider-Man and also Peter Parker. And I also remember Leroy as the black suit Spider-Man. It also has Leroy as Venom. And for some reason 627 be Venom. And I also remember 625, which is Ruben as I think his name was Eddie. And Lilo as Mary Jane, Nani as Aunt May, Gantu as Harry Osborn, which is also known as the New Goblin. And I think I also remember Jamba as Dr. Connors. Oh man, I do remember watching those two trailers of Spider-Man 3, but with Lilo and Stitch. And that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I also remember 221, Sparky as Sandman. I also remember that too. And I've seen a couple other trailers too. Like I remember watching the trailer for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, but with Lilo and Stitch. I remember watching that trailer. And I also remember another trailer I remember watching. It's a trailer for Mean Girls, the original Mean Girls, but with Lilo and Stitch, where it had Lilo as Katie, and I also remember Myrtle as Regina George. And I think I also remember those two of the Yeah Girls be the Karen and Getcha. Yeah, I do remember that. And one of the Yeah Girl was being the Janice and all that. Yeah, I do remember watching that trailer of Mean Girls, the original Mean Girls, but with Lilo and Stitch. I do remember watching that trailer, huh? Yeah, I do remember watching experience like watching trailers with something with spoofers on YouTube. Yeah, I do remember like watching that. See, yeah, I remember watching a lot of spoof movies on YouTube and all that jazz. Not just for Toy Story and Shrek. There has been some other movies that I did experience of it before. There has been some other movies before that I did experience with spoof movies on YouTube. Oh yeah, I want to tell you this story now. Since you all know that I have my YouTube channel in 2016 and all that. But yeah, this was back in, I want to say it might have been 2019. It might have been 2019. So during 2019, so at the time in my normal school for autism, with the school that I used to go to, when we had to make our stop motion videos with the clay, we had to make our stop motion videos or something. I remember I wanted to make my Shrek movie. Like I wanted to make Woody Shrek style film, and just so you know, no, that's not the Woody Shrek style movie that you all know. No, 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 no. It was actually a very different Woody Shrek style film. It's like very different. Like it still had Woody be Shrek when he was an ogre, but there was some different casting choices. Like I had Wheezy be Donkey when he was a donkey. And oh my god, I remember, and this was like back in those days, I would have a dialogue in audio from the movie when I used to use like a dialogue in audio from the movie itself. And so back when I used to use a dialogue and audio from the movie, just like the other YouTubers do when they use a dialogue and audio from the movies, that is, I would like to do the same thing too, using dialogue and audio from the movies. Anyways, so I remember in 2019, oh my god, I remember like when I was so obsessed with Shrek, that I've been making, oh my god, I remembered I started making Woody Shrek style film, which is very different than the one you saw. It's like a very different Woody Shrek style film. It's like so different. And I remember, oh my god, I remember that this is like I want to like make this movie. Oh my god, I did part 1. I also did part 2 and part 3, and I think part 4. I think after from like few parts, maybe like when I was making a full movie, like I wanted to make a full movie of it. Maybe was it after part 4 or something? It might have been after part 4 or something. I think I used to have the first 4 parts. I think I used to have the first 4 parts, like 4 parts of a very different Woody Shrek style film. Like I had 4 parts. Like, it used to be on my YouTube channel. It used to be there on my YouTube channel. But basically, in 2019, actually, actually deleted it, unfortunately. I actually deleted my Woody Shrek style film. Like I was originally wanted to make a full movie of it and all that. Like I wanted to make a full movie of it. Like I used to have like 4 parts of it and it used to be there on my YouTube channel, but I actually from the same year of 2019, I actually deleted it unfortunately. Yeah, I know. I used to have it. Like I used to want to make it, but I was like, I don't know why. Maybe I changed my mind or something. Like I don't want to do this anymore or something like that. So I just pretty much I just pretty much deleted the 4 parts of it and I didn't want it anymore. So pretty much I actually deleted it, unfortunately. So yeah, I actually deleted it. So sorry guys. I actually deleted it. What else? I remember I wanted to make a Toy Story movie as well. Like I started like making my own of it, like using clips and audio. They never like I never like I was using my production to like I don't know use Emmett as Woody and having Iron Man be Buzz Lightyear. And I used to like want to upload on my YouTube, but I don't think I didn't end up like I was like making some like on my photo app thingy. I tried to making it, but I didn't end up uploading it on YouTube. Actually, I did not end up using that Toy Story spoof, even though I like it's like I didn't use it unfortunately, so I didn't upload it on YouTube or something like that. And I also remember it might have been back in 2020. Was it 2020? Yeah. It might have been 2020. It might have been 2020. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. So in 2020, I remember I actually made wait. Maybe before 2020. Was it 2019 or something? It might have been 2019. Was it 2019? Or was it 2020? I think it might have been 2019. I'll try my best to describe it. Or something like that. I'll try my best to describe it. There's another spoof me on YouTube that I used to have on my YouTube channel. But basically, again, back when I used to use an audio from the movie. Anyways, and all that. So pretty much, I remembered I made my I think I made my SpongeBob Shrek style film. All right, so yeah, like I said before, I remember I made SpongeBob Shrek style film where pretty much I had SpongeBob as Shrek when he was an ogre. And I also had Sandy as Fiona when she was an ogre. And I remembered I used to have like the SpongeBob Shrek style film from the first movie I ever made. I think I remember I used to have it on my YouTube channel actually. I used to have it. I remembered. I used to have it. And yeah, most of the parts I was lazy with the showing the repeated clips over and over again. I do remember showing the repeated clips over and over again. Like I don't know why I showed like most of the times of like repeated clips over and over again. I don't know why I did that with one clip. Like I would show the same clips over and over again. And back then, I used to show some of my spoof movies on YouTube to my sister. I used to show some of my spoof movies on YouTube that I made to my sister and all that. I used to show my sister with spoof movies on YouTube, but nowadays I don't really show my sister my spoof movies on YouTube anymore because my sister's not interested in them. It wasn't her type of thing on YouTube, but Um. Yeah. I used to. I remembered. I used to have the first movie of it. I think I remembered. I think I started making. I think I started making number two. I think I started doing SpongeBob 2, Shrek 2 style. I don't remember. I don't remember if I uploaded on YouTube. I might have remember. I might have remember uploading it on YouTube. Well, did I upload on YouTube? I know I remembered I uploaded the first movie on YouTube, but I don't remember if I upload the number two on YouTube. And just I guess if you're wondering, the SpongeBob Shrek style film, if you're wondering if I still have them on my YouTube channel, no, I don't have them on my YouTube channel anymore. I think I pretty much deleted it from 2019, I believe. Might have been 2019 or 2020, or might have been 2019. I might have deleted SpongeBob Shrek style film. I think I also I think if I'm correctly, I think if I'm correctly, I think I used to. I think I remembered. Besides, I remembering. I remember SpongeBob as Shrek when he was an ogre, and Sandy as Fiona when she was an ogre. And I believe I also remember having Molly from Bubble Guppies, Molly as Fiona when she was a human. And I think I remembered I have Cooper from Trolls. I had Cooper be Donkey when he was a donkey. And I think I also remember Holly Shiftwell as the dragon. But yeah, I do remember I used to have that I used to have the SpongeBob Shrek style film on my YouTube channel. I don't have it. I don't really have it anymore. Like I think I used to have it on my. I used to have it on my YouTube channel, but I don't have it anymore. Like and all that. I also remember. I think 2020. I think in 2020, I used to have my Monster House spoof movie on YouTube. I used to have that movie where pretty much I think I remembered I had I got pretty much had Pennywise from the remake played by Bill Skarsgård, the Pennywise remake as Nevercracker's house. And I also remembered Pennywise from the original played by Tim Curry, the original Pennywise be Nevercracker. And I also remember I had Woody as DJ, and I also have Shrek as Chowder, and I also have Poppy as Jenny. And I think I also remembered I had Mystique as Z, the worst babysitter. Yeah, I do remember. I used to have this I used to have a this Monster House project I made back in 2020. It was like a complete project. I used to have this project. Like I used to have this project, But pretty much, I was lazy with the using the repeated clips over and over again. But I do remember. I used to have this. I remember made this. I showed my sister to this movie to her room on her laptop. Like I used to have this Monster House spoof movie on YouTube on my YouTube channel back in 2020. Like I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I don't have it anymore because I think in 2020, I believe I deleted them. I believe I deleted them. Maybe pretty much I didn't want it anymore or something like that. Um yeah, I think pretty much I didn't like I think pretty much I didn't want it anymore, unfortunately. And like pretty much I remember and I think I remember also in 2020 I wanted to make um a Toy Story spoof movie on YouTube. Well, pretty much I wanted to make all four of the movies. Like I started I think pretty much I started making the first movie, but pretty much I had Poppy as Woody, and I also had Woody as Buzz Lightyear. Where pretty much I would like film my toys of it. I would like using the toys instead of using clips and images, and like I would like use like toys of it and play with it and I did a whole movie of the first movie with the whole dialogue, with the whole audio, the whole dialogue of it. I think I remembered I had that. I think I remembered I had that. So I was pretty much done. I remember I was pretty done. I think I remembered I was done with the first movie. So pretty much when I started uploading I think when I started uploading part one, unfortunately when I was uploading part one, unfortunately part one it was copyrighted, it was blocked. It was copyrighted, it was blocked because of an audio, you know, a dialogue, an audio from the movie. Like if I remember, if I think it said this has been copyrighted from Disney or something. Yeah, it's like I do remember it's been copyrighted. Like I do remember it's been copyrighted for sure. So since this was copyrighted, um pretty much I had to like start over again. So pretty much I think I no longer use an audio. Actually, in fact, I think I also remember I made my was it 2020? It might have been 2020. I remember that I made my I think I made my Ice Age movie, the first movie. I made my Ice Age movie or something where I think I pretty much had there was another audio one. I think I remembered uploading it. I think one of the parts was like maybe copyrighted or something as blocked. I think I remembered making that or something like that. I think I remembered I made my Ice Age movie before from 2020. I believe I remembered I upload parts before. But yeah, I don't have it anymore. I actually deleted as well in 2020, unfortunately. Back what I'm saying with my Toy Story from 2020. Since when I uploaded part one, since this was copyrighted, it was blocked because of an audio, a dialogue, an audio from the movie. So pretty much I had to like, you know, deleted it off my YouTube channel. I had to deleted the whole movie. I had to deleted my whole movie. And pretty much I had to like start over again. I had to like start over again, making the first movie. I had to start over again. And this is when I no longer use an audio, a dialogue, an audio from the movie. Despite that, I use parts of the songs in it. Like I use the songs in the movie, but for the whole movie, this is when I this is when from 2020. If you watch my my old Toy Story films, the first two films from 2020, this is when I started using my voice, where I voiced all the characters, I played all the characters, I act out the lines and dialogue myself. So that's what I did. I would just use my voice the characters, play all the characters, act out the lines, and dialogue myself. So yeah, so I don't mind doing my voice, voicing the characters and playing the characters, acting out the lines and dialogue myself. I don't mind doing it actually. I just did it because um I just can't use audio, a dialogue and audio from the movies. I just can't use them anymore because of YouTube. And you all know how YouTube can be, get copyrighted. It would get blocked. I know it's struggling with YouTube when YouTube's been copywriting, it's been blocked. So pretty much, yeah, I didn't really, so pretty much, so that's why I use it to this day. Like I use my voice, acting out the lines and dialogue myself. So yeah, I still have my old Toy Story, the first two films, from 2020, where I put them in parts, like always. Yeah, I do remember there was like fun memories making it, using Poppy as Woody, and Woody as Buzz Lightyear. And of course I do remember using the dad from Team Creed as Ow. I do think the dad from Team Creed as Ow actually ages well. And it's pretty funny. But as of the movies themselves, what do I think about them now, looking back at it now, since these are very old from 2020? Uh, I don't think. I don't think it didn't age well, unfortunately. I don't think it didn't age well, mainly because I don't think it wasn't that popular yet. Or I don't think it was never popular by many YouTubers. I don't think it wasn't really popular. I'll still keep it. I think I still have the playlist of it. I'll still keep it if you guys want to watch it. But I don't know. I don't think my old Toy Story films, from the first two films from 2020, I don't think it doesn't hold up well. I don't know. I mean, after all, it is very old. And, I couldn't have done it a lot better and all that. But, it's fine. Like, I don't mind it. Like, looking back at it now, I think there's some things I didn't not like about it now, but it's just how it is. And there was some maybe I was lazy at certain parts, and I couldn't done it better as a cast, but it's very old, back in like 2020. And I only made the first two films, and I remembered I was originally going to make 3 and 4 from like 2020 or like 2021 or something. And I do remember showing some of my family members of this project. I do remember showing some of my family members the Toy Story films from 2020, the first two films I made. I do remember showing some of my family members, like my sister and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I think looking back at it now, I think it doesn't really age well. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was gonna make 3 and 4, but unfortunately, yeah, I actually canceled 3 and 4 because I actually didn't want to do 3 and 4. So I actually canceled 3 and 4 and keep the first two films. I do remember that. Like I still have the Toy Story, my old ones from the first two films from 2020. I still have them if you guys want to watch it. Nothing special. It's very old. That's that. Um yeah, I do remember I would sometimes watch spoof movies on YouTube at school. Maybe when I was on YouTube, I would like sometimes watch spoof movies on YouTube at school sometimes. Maybe not as much as when I'm at home, and that's that. Oh, and by the way, I think I actually remember. Um, I think I remember. Um, I think 2020. Yeah, yeah. In 2020, I saw Branch Shrek style films, the first two films from House of Petra. I remember I first saw them when it first came out. This was at the time Trolls World Tour came out. I do remember I watched the Branch Shrek style films, the first two films from House of Petra. I do remember that I first watched them when it first came out in 2020. And I remembered I really loved this project actually. I remember loving that project. And I remember this was my favorite Shrek spoof movies on YouTube. I don't think it's no longer my favorite. Maybe it's my second favorite, or maybe not. But I know it's still one of my favorites. But I do remember it is like my favorite Shrek spoof movie on YouTube. Where I remembered Branch as Shrek when he was an ogre. And I also remember Poppy as Fiona when she was an ogre. And I also remember the this black peach, this boogeyman black peach as Lord Farquaad. And I think I also remember Fleek as Donkey when he was a donkey. And I remember a couple of The Lion King from the Disney anime classic, the Lion King casting choices. Like casting choices for Pinocchio and Gingy. And I think it might have been the Big Bad Wolf. Yeah. I think these two movies, I think it's still here on YouTube. I still love the Branch Shrek style films, the first two films from House of Petra. I still love them. I do remember they were my favorite Shrek spoof movies on YouTube. And I remember I first saw them when it first came out in 2020 and all that. Yeah, I do remember watching that. I think I also remember also in 2020, I think that's when I saw Cool Story, Toy Story style films. And this was at the time the first two films came out. Yeah, that's right, that's right. At the time, there was only the first two films came out. And I remember, oh man, I really love that project. I remember I first saw them back in 2020. And this was at the time only the first two films came out. And, I remember Thomas as Woody. And I also remember Optimus Prime from live action, from Michael Bay as Buzz Lightyear. And I also remembered Optimus Prime from this TV show called Animated as the new version of Buzz Lightyear with the new Tilly belt. Yeah, there's a lot of casting choices I remember. I also even made my top 10, my favorite characters casting choices from Cool Story, Toy Story style films, from James S'more. I remembered I made my top 10, my favorites. Yeah, I remembered I first saw them back in 2020. And this was at the time uh, the first two films came out. And this was before number three. I believe number three came out, I want to say, was it 2021 or was it 2022? I don't remember. I think number three came out like 2021 or 2022. Something like that. Yeah, like I really love Cool Story, Toy Story style films. The first three from James S'more. And by the way, James S'more, he's a cool YouTuber. He does a good job making spoofies on YouTube. He's a very cool YouTuber. And these are like my favorite spoofies on YouTube that he ever made. It's definitely one of my favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. This is like I remember this was being my second favorite, but now it's like my third favorite. It's pretty cool. I still watch it. I still love watching it. I love them. I can watch them anytime. It is so great. What else is there? Okay, here's an interesting one. I'm sure some of you would like to hear this. Um, so this was back in 2022. That's right, that's right. This was back in 2022. So pretty much, so basically, in 2022, um, when, I actually, so pretty much this was during my birthday. That's right, that's right. This was during my birthday. So during my birthday, um, this is when I started making Woody Shrek style film, where pretty much I have Woody as Shrek when he was an ogre. And I also have Sonic the Hedgehog as Donkey when he was a donkey. And I also have Tails as Pinocchio, Cream the Rabbit as Gingy. I also have the fat guy from Cloudy with Chance and Meatballs as Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I'm sure you all remember Woody Shrek style film from 2022. Yeah, who remembers that project? I remember. And fun fact, actually, fun fact, um, part one, um, I actually made part one on my birthday, and part one was uploaded on my YouTube channel on my birthday. Isn't that pretty cool how on my birthday I made part one and I uploaded part one on my YouTube channel on my birthday. Isn't that pretty cool how, you know, part one came out during my birthday? That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how part one was done on my birthday. That was pretty cool, huh? And yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, like I had fun. I remember that I had fun making Woody Shrek style film. So I was done with the first movie. And you wanna know what's exciting happening? So pretty much I went on the extended ending, the Woody, the Shrek style, the in the swamp, the karaoke dance party, the extended ending. So pretty much I was looking at the comments, and one of the comments I got was from Jaden Pictures. That's right, Jaden Pictures. Before he was my best YouTube friend. Got a comment from Jaden Pictures. And I think I remember the comment says, great project. And he asked me if I'm going to make Woody 2, Shrek 2 style. And I replied to the comment to him and I said to him, yes, I'll make a Woody 2, Shrek 2 style. I'll make a sequel. And he also replied a comment to me saying to me, have fun making that movie. And he said he's looking forward who I'll be having as Shrek, as a human, and Donkey as a horse. For what would Woody and Sonic turn into from drinking the Happy Ever After potion. So pretty much, before I made my Woody 2 Shrek 2 style, I actually made a short film called Woody 3D Shrek 3D style. I made that short film. And then that's when I made the sequel, Woody 2 Shrek 2 style. That's when I was making it. And oh my god, during the making of Woody 2 Shrek 2 style, that's when I subscribed to Jaden Pictures, and Jaden Pictures also subscribed to me back. And that's pretty cool. And oh man, I remember I went on his live stream and we actually talked for a bit. Like we talked about my Woody Shrek style film. And I remember he was asking me, do I prefer Woody as Shrek when he was an ogre, or Sonic as Donkey when he was a donkey? And I said to him, I definitely prefer Sonic as Donkey when he was a donkey. And yeah, he would say the same thing too. Oh man, who doesn't love Sonic as Donkey? I know a lot of people use Sonic as Donkey. Yeah, I remember I was making my I was like making my Woody 2 Shrek 2 style, and and my movie was complete, by the way. My movie was complete, and pretty much my Woody Shrek style films is the reason why me and Jaden became YouTube friends. And since I really grew on Jaden, I treated him as like my best YouTube friend. And if, just to let you know, from over the years since 2022, he's been my best YouTube friend. Almost that I would treat him like my best friend, even though I never met him face to face. But you know what I mean. He's been my best YouTube friend from like 2022, and he will always be my best YouTube friend. And yes, we talk to each other a lot, and we still talk to each other. By the way, we still talk to each other. Oh man, like on live streams and stuff. Mostly on these live streams, we talked about a lot about spoof movies on YouTube. I remembered I just noticed that he actually reviewed Dookie Shrek style films, all four of the movies from Rabbit Lover. And that was so interesting how, he actually reviews them. Yeah, like because I saw that review he did, and pretty much, his Dookie Shrek style films, all four of the movies from Rabbit Lover. This was actually his first spoof movies on YouTube he ever reviewed. That's right, that's right. This is actually the first one he ever reviewed, by the way. And because I like the videos that he reviewed on, I remembered I asked him, can he review my Woody Shrek style films? And pretty much Jaden did. He reviewed my Woody Shrek style films, the first two films, and later on he also did this one short film I made, Woody 3D, Shrek 3D style. He also reviewed that as well. And I'm really proud of him when he was reviewing my Woody Shrek style films, my Shrek style series. And I still like this I still like this I still like this Woody Shrek style films reviews that he ever did. That he reviews the first two films and one short film, the 3D short film. All three of the reviews are still great to this day, actually. Even though that his reviews gone better and better. But yeah, I noticed that Gene Pictures, he actually reviews a lot of spoof movies on YouTube. Mostly the Shrek ones. The Shrek ones is like the most spoof movies on YouTube he ever reviewed. But yeah, he's been reviewing a lot of spoof movies on YouTube. I wonder what his next spoof movie on YouTube he'll be reviewing next. Maybe it'll be another Shrek spoof movie on YouTube. Or maybe another Toy Story. Who knows? Who knows what other spoof movies on YouTube he will review next? Um if you're wondering if I reviewed any spoof movies on YouTube, yes, I only did two of them. I only did two of them, which is pretty much two of the Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. I only did two of them. I only did two of like Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. Like I only did two of them. I might review another spoof movies on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see what happens. Like I've been thinking maybe I'll review the one from 200 Spoofs, or maybe James Small, or I don't know. I'll think about it. Don't worry. I'll think about it. What's the next spoof is on YouTube I might review next, because I only have like two of them. I don't have as much as Jaden has, my best YouTube friend, but you know. Yeah, like I remember also in 2022 I made my Ice Age, the first movie. I remembered I made that. Oh yes, and I also remember I was so obsessed with like Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 style from Genie Pictures. Most likely the you know, like the second half of the last minute of the movie with the transformation, where it had these Sonic the Hedgehog characters. It had Shadow as Shrek when he was a human, Sonic as Donkey when he was a horse, Knuckles as Puss in Boots. Oh man, I remember that was like the only greatest thing in the Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 style from Genie Pictures is just the Sonic the Hedgehog parts with Shadow as Shrek when he was a human, Sonic as Donkey when he was a horse, Knuckles as Puss in Boots. And oh man, I remember I was so obsessed with that only. Like, oh my god. Especially the Sonic is hungry scene instead of like Shadow getting clothes. Like who needs clothes for Shadow? Shadow does not need clothes. And I like this idea of like, Sonic is hungry. I definitely love quoting that for sure. Love quoting the Sonic is hungry. And I also like quoting the you know, when Sonic, I don't know, I mean Shadow and Sonic. No. I'm sorry. Sorry, I meant to say the scene where Shadow and Knuckles were blaming on Sonic for blowing the cover. Like the scene where damn it, Sonic, isn't that hard for you to keep your mouth shut? I'm sorry, alright? Ah, well thanks a lot, Sonic. Yeah, Sonic. Now we're arrested because of you. I love quoting that scene. I love quoting when they're on their way to prison and having Shadow and Knuckles whining on Sonic for blowing the cover and getting arrested. I love quoting that. I think I like quoting the Sonic is hungry more, but this is still a great added scene quote. Still holds up. I remember I was like so obsessed with the Sonic the Hedgehog in the Vegeta 2 Shrek 2 style from Genie Pictures. Even though so when he had Ajianjo as Prince Charming, I wasn't into total drama at the time. That means I wasn't a fan of it at the time. Like I wasn't very interested in watching it or like I never seen it or like I wasn't really a fan of it at the time. I wasn't a fan of total drama at the time. If you're curious, I wasn't into total drama at the time. Like I wasn't a fan of total drama at the time. You can tell that it was very different for me back then. And I remember back then, um, I would always prefer, and I still to this day, I definitely prefer Vegeta 2, Shrek 2 style from Genie Pictures over the first movie because I remembered I said the first movie, both versions of the first movie from Genie Pictures, like, oh my god, it was so boring. I remembered it was so boring. But I really loved number two, only parts with the transformation. And I remembered I used to call this I used to call this Shadow 2, not Vegeta 2, Shrek 2 style. Yeah, I remember. I definitely remember. I call it Shadow 2, not Vegeta 2, Shrek 2 style from Genie Pictures. And I usually start off with the transformation scene when they're at the barn meeting three girls from King of the Hill, all the way to the my how to should have ended. Yeah, I remembered I made that how to should have ended. Yeah, I remember I made how to should have ended where it had Vegeta, Goku, Bulma, and the Flame Princess. They actually stayed Shadow, Sonic, Princess Bubblegum, Amy Rose, forever from doing True Love's Kiss before midnight. I remembered I made How You Should Have Ended parody. I know later on Gene Pictures also made his own version of How It Should Have Ended, the same way as me, but a bit different the way he does it. Yeah. And I think he did a better job doing How It Should Have Ended than I do. Oh yeah, and pretty much, just so you know, I never used to call it spoof movies on YouTube. No, I never used to call them that. I used to call it style movies on YouTube or like style videos or pretty much style movies on YouTube. Like I used to call them style movies on YouTube. But nowadays it seems like I no longer call them style movies on YouTube. I don't know. I think style movies on YouTube is like a weird name. Style movie on YouTube. So nowadays I call them spoof movies on YouTube, or pretty much a parody, or pretty much I just call them like spoof movies on YouTube. I no longer call them star movies on YouTube. I call them spoof movies on YouTube. Anyways, I do remember I made a list video. Yeah, like I actually made a list video on spoof movies on YouTube. And I think I did, what was it, top 8? It might have been top 8. Was it top 8? It might have been top 8 my favorite spoof movies on YouTube. And I also did another list where it focuses on my favorite Toy Story and Shrek spoof movies on YouTube. I remembered I did those 2 list videos before. Oh yeah, like one of my favorite parts in 2022. One of my favorite parts in 2022 is that this is when I saw Mario Sonic Pretty Fan 700, where I saw his Toon Story, Toy Story style films, the ones that have Kermit the Frog as Woody, Sonic the Hedgehog as Buzz Lightyear, Amy Rose as Jessie, Darth Vader as Zurg. I remembered I first saw them when the first 2 films came out. Like so at the time, only the first 2 films came out, and number 3 wasn't made yet. Number 3 wasn't made yet. But I know later on in 2022, Mario Sonic Pretty Fan 700, he actually made number 3, by the way. He actually made number 3. But when I first saw them, it was only the first 2 films at the time. There was only the first 2 films at the time. But since later on in 2022, he actually made number 3. And so yeah, he has like the first 3. He has the first 3 Toon Story, Toy Story style films. The first 3 from Mario Sonic Pretty Fan 700. And just to let you know, no, he's not going to make 4 because he hates 4. So he's not going to make 4, unfortunately. Oh well. And I remember they're actually my favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube, and probably my favorite spoof movies on YouTube. And if you ask me, are they still my favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube? Yes, they're still my favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. They're still awesome because of lots of Sonic the Hedgehog in it. I still love these movies. Toon Story, Toy Story style films, the first 3 from Mario Sonic Pretty Fan 700. They're still my favorite Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube. And probably they're still my favorite spoof movies on YouTube. I still love them a lot. They're like my number 1 favorite. I love these movies a lot. And I actually did review them, by the way. I actually did review them. And fun fact, if you saw my review video, I actually made the poster myself with a crossover pit. I actually made my poster myself. So I'm the one who did the crossover pit. I made a poster. I made it myself. So yeah, I really love them a lot. Also in 2022, I also saw his Kermit Shrek style film. I also saw that too. And that's also a great project to Kermit, a Shrek style film. That is definitely a great project. So like pretty much, me and Jaden, when we on live streams, we talked about a lot about spoof movies on YouTube. We talked about a lot of spoof movies on YouTube, or like what are like fun memories. I do remember at one point, like a while back ago, or like years ago, he actually he talks about his favorite Shrek spoof movies on YouTube, and my Woody Shrek style series is actually on his list as like one of his favorites at the time. Yeah, I do remember that. Oh yeah, and by the way, me and Jaden, we used to quote the scene from the first Woody Shrek style film. From this scene, I'm gonna quote for this video. Here it is. Because he's fat, he ate too much McDonald's, and he's only marrying you so he can be king and rule the world. I'm sure Jaden still loves that joke to this day. We used to quote that a lot actually. He finds it very funny. Of like fat jokes, eating too much McDonald's. That's actually one of his favorite quotes, or maybe his favorite quote from the series I did. He finds it funny. And I remember I was looking forward to his Toy Story spoof movies on YouTube, where he's gonna make like the first three, where he's gonna have Vegeta as Woody. He's also going to have Shadow as Buzz Lightyear. And I know at some point he's gonna have Shadow from Sonic Boom as the new version of Buzz Lightyear, the new utility belt. He's also gonna have Steaks as Jesse. So I remembered I was looking forward to like, his series of his of his Toy Story spoof is on YouTube from like 2022. I remember that I was looking forward to it actually, since he made that cast video. And I remembered he started making the first movie. He started making the first movie, and pretty much the first movie he only did 2 parts. And I remembered from seeing his community post, he started making parts 3, but then he decided to stop doing part 3. And like there's only like 2 parts. And that's it. Oh yeah, the only thing anything else he did, that he only made one mini short of the treat where Vegeta, Shadow, whoever that monster's name is from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and whatever that character's name is from regular show, these four watching TV, like flipping through channels, while watching TV. He actually did one mini short of the, that treat, Toy Story treats. He did one of that. And that's the only time he ever did. But yeah, for the first movie, like I said before, he only did 2 parts. And like I remember that I saw in the community post is that he started making part 3, but then for some reason he stopped doing part 3, and he actually cancelled his Toy Story series from 2022. He actually cancelled it, unfortunately. Like he originally wanted to make his series, but then he decided to cancel it. Oh well, it's okay. After all, it's his series after all. I'm not even mad at him for canceling it. You know, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna talk about last year in 2023. Okay, there's a lot of things I'll talk about in the 2023 from last year. So pretty much I think you all remember my Toy Story, the Fusa films as the first 3. Like here's the thing, the first movie, I made the first movie from January. And for number 2, I made number 2 from January, February, and March. And basically, I uploaded the first 2 films on YouTube in March. Oh yeah, as for number 2, the bloopers, I did it on the July. And as for number 3, I did it on July and August. And I actually uploaded number 3 on YouTube in August. So pretty much so I only have like the full movies of like the first 3 Toy Story, the Fusa films. In each of the 3 movies, I uploaded in one video instead of like in parts. I uploaded in like one video each for like a full movie entirely. Like I upload like from like one video each. Like you go a full movie entirely. So that way you won't have to go through the parts to see the whole movies. So yeah, I have like full movies of Toy Story, the Fusa films, the first 3, where I had Tails as Woody, and I also have Top Cat as Buzz Lightyear. I still have these movies on YouTube if you guys want to see it. Oh, and by the way, my best YouTube friend, Gene Pictures, he actually made a playlist for all 3 of the movies. He actually made a playlist Maybe because I was too lazy making my own playlist. But I'm really proud of Jaden for making a playlist for me. And just that you know, I still love these movies. I can still watch them. Toy Story, the Fusa, the first three as like, full movies. And just that you know, I didn't bother doing number four as like a full movie. I didn't bother doing number four because I didn't feel like making number four. So instead, I did a cast video. I think I did a cast video in August, I believe. So I did a Toy Story 4, the Fusa cast video for like the characters introduced in Toy Story 4. So I did a cast video of it. You can still check out the cast video if you're curious about, what cast I would have for the characters introducing in 4. And I remembered I originally wanted to make a clip video of like my favorite scene in the movie, but I didn't end up doing it. Or maybe some parts, or like maybe doing my favorite scene. I was originally wanted to do that, but I didn't end up doing it. Oh well, it's okay. And if you ask me, I still think Toy Story, the Fusa, the first three, I still think those three movies, the full movies, I still think it ages well, actually. I'm really proud of them, actually. I'm really proud of these movies I made. And so much better than the my old Toy Story, the first two films I made back in 2020. Yeah, like still to this day, I still love spoof movies on YouTube. Like I know the Toy Story and Shrek are the most spoof movies on YouTube I ever watched, and the ones that I pay attention to the most. Like I have seen some other spoof movies on YouTube as well. Like okay, first up, let me talk about the Disney Pixar films. Now, the Toy Story ones are the ones that I pay attention to the most compared to the other Disney Pixar films. Like, there's some other Disney Pixar films I have seen before. Like, I've seen some for A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, some Incredibles, Cars. And I also seen a little bit of Inside Out. But no other Disney Pixar films from spoof movies on YouTube I ever seen a lot with Toy Story, since Toy Story are the ones that I pay attention to the most comparing to all the other Disney Pixar films that I saw. Same thing they can go for DreamWorks is that Shrek are the ones that I pay attention to the most. Like I have seen some other DreamWorks films in spoof movies on YouTube. Like I've seen some for let's see. I've seen some for Madagascar. I also seen some for Chicken Run. And I seen a little bit of Flushed Away, and I seen a little bit of Over the Hedge. Um, what else is there? Hmm. Yeah, like, but the ones that I pay attention to the most from the DreamWorks spoofies on YouTube is that are the Shrek ones, of course. Actually, I almost forgot. Another one I seen some for is like I seen some for Shark Tale. And I also seen some for B movie, or should I say dank meme. Yeah, I seen some for B movie. Yeah, sorry if I forgot to mention that. I've seen some of that. Oh yeah, I also seen some for I also seen some for the Road to El Dorado. I've seen some of that too. But yeah, it's just that the Shrek ones are the ones that I pay attention to the most. Let's see what else. What other movies that I've seen from spoofers on YouTube? I seen most of the Ice Age. Um, I seen a little bit of Rio. I seen what else did I seen? I also seen some for like Spider-Man, the trilogy from Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi. The one for I think it's called Spider Hog. What's it called? Spider Hog from Sammy the Hedgehog, where it had Sonic the Hedgehog from the live action films, the Spider-Man, Peter Parker, him being Spider-Man. I seen some of that project. What else did I seen? I was seen some for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I seen little bit for the Lego movie. Um what else have I seen? Oh yeah, I think I also seen some for the Simpsons movie. And I also seen some for South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I also seen some for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Um oh yeah, and there's some Disney animated classics I have seen. Like from the Disney animated classics, like I seen some for Lilo and Stitch. I seen some for The Little Mermaid, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Beauty and the Beast. Um oh yeah, I also seen some for Pocahontas. Um what else have I seen? I'm trying to remember, guys. Um what else have I seen? Hmm. I can't even remember right now. Oh yeah, I also seen a bit of Ted. Like I seen like a bit of like um, Thomas Ted style films from John Clancy, where it has Thomas as the teddy bear. And I've seen a bit of Lightning McQueen Ted style films. I've seen some of that from James Smore, where it had Lightning McQueen be the teddy bear. Yeah. So I seen a bit of for the Ted. Oh yes, and also I also seen some for like Monster House, Home Alone. Yeah, I did say Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah, like I seen good chunk. Like yeah, I think I have seen a good chunk of spoof movies on YouTube. Actually, and yes, I do have my YouTube friends that are like based on when they were spoofers. Like besides Gene Pictures, my best YouTube friend, I'm also friends with Mr. Bean fan Disney 2005. And I'm also friends with Lulu Kitty Sparkles. And of course, Rabbit Lover. I know they my YouTube friends. And I know they love doing spoof movies on YouTube. Like I definitely remember last year in 2023, I was definitely looking forward to his I was definitely it's from Gene Pictures. I was definitely looking forward to his Shadow Shrek style films. You know, the first two films. I was definitely looking forward to his series. Like he started doing the first movie and it was only 11 parts. Now just to let you know, he started doing part 12. He started making part 12 until he accidentally broke his laptop and all of his part 12 is gone and he had to like start over making part 12. But unfortunately, since there's only 11 parts, he actually cancelled his Shadow Shrek Style series, the first two films. He actually cancelled it. You're probably wondering why did he cancel it? He canceled it because he's scared that he would also get copyrighted, blocked because of the, accidentally in love. That, copyright blocked because of accidentally in love and how YouTubers were like expended, being terminated and all that. And he was like struggling, worrying himself. So this is when he didn't want to make spoof movies on YouTube anymore. So basically he cancelled his Shadow Shrek style films. And pretty much the first movie is only 11 parts. Well, we have to deal with it. That's the only way we can watch is 11 parts. And we have to get used to 11 parts. If he doesn't want to make Shadow Shrek style films anymore, then it's his choice. He can stop. It's okay. We have to respect him. It's okay. I can still watch it from like 11 parts. I remembered I wanted to review his Shadow Shrek style films, the first two films. I remember I wanted to review his movies. Oh well, it's okay. Maybe one day I'll review them, even though it's only 11 parts of the first movie. But but one of the other reasons why he might have like canceled it as well is because maybe because he made a mistake by having these characters from King of the Hill be Robin Hood. because of them not getting enough screen time at all. And he was having trouble finding footages of them and all that. But yeah, and you know how, in September, since I got into total drama, since I've been watching a lot of total drama, I loved total drama so much that, oh my god, I love seeing total drama in spoof movies on YouTube. I definitely love total drama in spoof movies on YouTube. Since I was loving total drama so much, I was so into it in September from last year in 2023. I know Unanimated 18 uses a lot of total drama characters. Oh my god, like, I really love his the Little Goth Girl, the Little Mermaid films, all three of the movies he made. He has lots of Little Mermaid characters, like Gwen as Ariel. And you also have Trent as Eric. And you also had Zoe, Rashana, Lindsay, Bridget, Courtney, and Easy be Ariel's sisters. And I also remember Heba as Vanessa. I also remembered Chef as a chef. Oh man, I really love this series a lot actually. Still to this day, the Little Goth Girl, the Little Mermaid films, all three of the movies, they're still my favorite spoof movies on YouTube from Unanimated 18 that he ever made. I also loved his Gwen Hontus, Pocahontas style, where he had Gwen as Pocahontas, Mike as John Smith, Cameron as Thomas, Adriandro as Colquhoun. I also remembered Bridget as Gakata, Pocahontas' friend. And I also remember Chris as Wiggins. I'm that funny sidekick. I remember that. And yeah, I remember that for sure. And I also liked another one called the Adveva Hontus Pocahontas style, where it had Trent as John Smith, Cody as Thomas, and I also remember Jeff and DJ as Ben and Leland. These two duos, yeah, these two of the duos, Ben and Leland, these two duos, and these two guys, and also, from Wildcrats, it had Idveva as Pocahontas. I also loved the Tales of Notre Dame, the Hunchback of Notre Dame style, where it had Tails from Sonic X as Quasimodo. It also had Gwen as Esmeralda and Trent as Phoebus. I really love that project too, actually. That is definitely a great project. Yeah, I seen a good chunk of I seen a lot of I seen a lot of tour drama in spoof movies on YouTube. It's especially unanimated 18. It seems like unanimated 18, he uses a lot of tour drama in his spoof movies on YouTube. In fact, nowadays you may notice that in my spoof movies on YouTube casts, nowadays that I have lots of tour drama in it. I have lots of tour drama, especially my Cameron Shrek style films. The first two films where I had Cameron as Shrek when he was an ogre. Oh man, I love that series. I remembered before that cast video came out, I remembered in my karaoke dance party, I said coming soon would be my Cameron Shrek style films, the first two films. I said out loud in my microphone, like coming soon would be Cameron Shrek style films, the first two films. I remember I had to like wait and wait because I'm still making my fan made series of Total Drama, the Fusa. But yeah, actually after I finished my fan made series, that's when I finally released the cast video. That's definitely awesome. So yeah, me and Jaden, we still talk about spoof news on YouTube on live streams and stuff. And sometimes we talk about fun memories or like fun facts too. Like yeah. And and sometimes he tells fun facts. That's pretty cool. And I know I tell Jaden to do my reaction videos, which is pretty cool. He does lots of spoof news on YouTube reviews. Like pretty much. Um I also loved another Toon Story, Toy Story style films from the first three from 200 spoofs, where the person had Mario from last year's Mario movie, be Woody, and also Princess Peach from last year's Mario movie, be Bo Peep. I think that's all I'm gonna so yeah, and of course I made made a playlist of the spoofers on YouTube, made a playlist. Um I would usually you know be obsessed with spoofers on YouTube. And I really love quoting them. I love quoting spoofers on YouTube. I love quoting them a lot. I would like go out in public, like in schools or maybe somewhere where whatever place I'm going, or at home, or like when I go to school, I would usually quote spoof movies on YouTube. Like I like quoting real movies too, but I also like quoting spoof movies on YouTube as well. I like quoting it. I still like quoting spoof movies on YouTube. I'm sure Jaden also loves quoting spoof movies on YouTube. Same as Rabbit Lover. Rabbit Lover loves quoting spoof movies on YouTube. And I don't know if I'm going to release my Cameron Shrek style films, the first two films, as like full movies. I don't know if I'm going to release them. Maybe one day I'll think about it. Or maybe I'll release it next year in 2025. Or maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might make a Cameron Shrek style films, the first two films, as like full movies. I might make them one day, as long as I'm careful with copyrighted with the songs and that. But yeah, I think pretty much that's all I'm going to talk about in my spoof movies on YouTube backstory video. I still love spoof movies on YouTube. I still love them to this day. Sorry that if I was doing a long backstory video, I was trying my best to explain to you guys. But hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like it. Thanks for watching. And nowadays, I love seeing taught drama a lot in spoofings on YouTube nowadays. But yeah, I also want to say, so yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And if you want to, you can tell me in the comments how you go into spoof movies on YouTube, if you're into spoof movies on YouTube, that is. And so yeah, I'll see you next time. And if you want to see Jaden's version of the backstory, I'll put a link to it on the description box below. Anyways, I gotta go now. And Fusa out.